Anyway.
So what do you think about this tour has made it the biggest and best for you? Is it just the crowd engagement? Is it?
I think it's probably just kind of like coming back from, a couple years of no touring. And, having a couple records for people to kind of sit with for a bit probably was good. At least it seemed like people were stoked on the new stuff, even though we're not playing a ton. But since we kind of had some side shows, we can kind of like mix up the sets. So we're like trying to like throw in a couple here and there, but it's good. And the old stuff seems to hold up. So it's all it's good for us.
I feel like there's a huge resurgence into heavy music, and newer fans might be finding you because of that. So that's a cool thing. Like you're saying, if they haven't been there for a few years, you haven't been able to be out here either.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like all
the
things
last
combined.
tour we did before COVID was down here.
Really?
When the fires were happening.
Good Things Festival.
I remember Sydney just being because the smoke was like
that was when we had all the fires going on.
Yeah, we get some fun stuff here. I mean, we don't get tornadoes and earthquakes really, but we get some other stuff.
Yeah.
And we've got the giant spiders as well.
Yeah.
So,
Australia and Florida have a lot of things that can kill a person.
Yeah, it really does. I don't know if you saw recently, there's been a new species of giant spider found.
I saw that. Was that up in Queensland?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going there
But
tomorrow.
they also said a giant spider. It's only 5 centimeters. It's big, but it's not that
Oh,
big.
really? I didn't
You're
click.
giant, I picture like that.
That's exactly. I was thinking it's like a dinner plate size spider.
Like, or people just walking it along, like, oh, they have those for pets. Because after all, we do ride kangaroos to work, so.
You can find something nasty like that out there.
How do you guys go with the Australian wildlife? That seems to be the big thing for a lot of touring bands. They're like, Australia's wildlife's crazy.
Yeah.
14 tours, you're all right.
You've held a koala.
Yeah, we've seen them like around, and I don't know. I like to leave animals to do their own thing.
Okay.
Don't want to, especially if like a kangaroo can like whip your ass pretty bad. I'm like, I don't want to get my ass
You don't
beat
want
by
to be on
a
the receiving
kangaroo.
end of
Yeah, I don't want to be
some
on
Rocky
video
Balboa
getting
shit.
beat up by a kangaroo.
I think we're very prepped for Australia because Florida is so much so like
Yeah.
Australia. Florida and Australia are very, very similar.
Yeah, we got the gators, don't you?
Yeah.
Are they that common?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's one not far from where I live in the lake. They just spotted it. So you just always gotta, like here, you always just, anytime you go up to the water, just expect something lurking.
You do the whole chuck something in the water first to see if anything.
The ripple's going for it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we have that as much down here. Like northern Queensland.
That's what I've always heard. It's like way more up north.
Yeah, here it's just sharks and snakes and spiders. Just your basic bitch.
Us too.
Yeah.
Same as.
So obviously, shorter sets on festival shows like this.
Unfortunately.
Exactly, that's my point. With so many albums and so many songs and so many bangers that your fans want to hear, how do you choose?
I mean, 45 is really hard to pick for because we're used to, if we do a headline, there's only 3 bands, we'll do hour 45 to 2 hours. And what we did in the last European tour, which was 7.5 weeks long, we would change the set every single night. So every single night was an entirely different set. We'd bring stuff in that hadn't been played in like 10 years. So we brought in Callisto in the last tour. I think we did 48 songs in the last European tour alone.
Far out.
Just constantly rotating.
Revolving.
Because we have the pig pen there, that's where we've got like our V kit and all the amps and everything. We can do full, do like 30-minute band warm up together.
Yeah, okay.
We don't have that right now, so it's just me and Alex with the practice pad and the guitar acoustically. But in Europe, 48 songs, hour 20, which hour 15 feels short to us.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
tough.
Look, I know so far this has been a little bit of a me sweating on you guys at the moment, but
Hey, man, we
I
appreciate
do
it.
have to say that pig pen idea that you guys have done, like the VIP thing for fans to get them in there, that is literally the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen a band do. It is. It's so good to have your fans that close to like a real raw,
Well, we haven't
just
even
hanging in
done.
and
We haven't
jamming.
even done like a fan thing yet. That's mostly been just guests.
Yeah,
that
friends,
we have.
family,
Like,
other
We're gonna
bands.
do a thing for fans event. Like
It's
we
so
couldn't work
sick.
it out on the next US tour, but I think at least the last tour we do in August, we're gonna try to like kind of do a thing where we get a couple fans in every day, to do that, kind of sit in on it. Because sometimes we just play stuff that we're not even playing that night.
Oh, really?
Just to kind of like, dust something off if we're gonna play it at some point, or see if we want to play it.
It's a great way.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say
kind
when you
of
do
a
that,
nice-
do you ever go like, oh, maybe we should throw that in the set?
Yeah,
all the
it's
time.
definitely a good way to
Or
kind of know.
we shouldn't do
It's
that.
kind of a good way to know, like, and sometimes, we'll do that. We'll practice a song and be like, this one just doesn't feel like as good, like it'd feel as good live as it does on the record, and, but it's a good way to kind of go through the stuff, and if we don't have a chance to sound check, we can practice and go up on stage and like drop a new song in.
It's my favorite thing. I don't feel right not doing that. So Southeast Asia, Australia, and South America, it's tough because we can't do that.
Yeah.
Hopefully next size up, like Slipknot size, you could probably advance. Oh, we want a drum kit backstage. That'd be nice.
That would.
I do love that. I feel like we prepped for Australia in Europe, prepping because Shogun is a very good record here. It's interesting with our band, we've cracked a different country with every record. Sydyney did well here, but Sydyney really cracked in the UK. In Waves in Germany, but Shogun is like a beloved album here in Australia, so we prepped Callisto and Kidistego Men and all sorts of stuff like that for here. And actually played Callisto at the sideshow. It was the best reaction for that song we've ever had.
Oh wow, that's fantastic.
Cool. I love that you kind of have broken down like the analytics of like what works where and why, and then target that audience. Does that at all take the passion and fun of it?
Oh no, we love it so much that we can play anything. We can play anything from 10 records at any time, and we've got 4 musicians who'd be like, let's play this song. Okay.
Cool.
Because we've seen 2 reactions for other bands that have seen the Pigpen. Half are like, this is so sick, I want to do this, it's the coolest thing in the world, like Heaven Shall Burn. And we've seen bands, I won't name anybody, that'll be like, this is my nightmare. I don't want to play anymore than I have to.
No, name and shame.
Yeah.
Who's the bitches out there?
Point fingers, it's more than welcome.
Yeah, we're always asking to play more, it seems like. I feel like people are like, oh, let's do an hour set. I'm like, no, we want to play like an hour and a half at least.
That's a cool thing though, yeah.
I mean, there's no way around it for festivals and stuff, but it's like when you do these long trips, the first couple shows when we were in Thailand and Indonesia and all those places, it's like, I want to play at least 15, 16 songs because we just did a long ass trip here.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
And the
like
fans
an
want
hour.
that as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
and I mean,
The
especially
festival was
for
just us, so we just played as
a
long
lot
as
of first time people seeing us for the first time,
Yeah, the areas you don't get to.
We haven't been to Thailand ever till now, Singapore till now. Indonesia was like 13 years ago, so
and we've become a cultural meme there.
Really?
If you it's nuts. 12 years ago we played in Indonesia, and we always eat everything everywhere. Like Australia's one of our favorite countries for food as well. But in Indonesia, we have to try this stuff called nasi padang, which is like their tapas, so a bunch of small plates and stuff. I talked about it, I kept saying how much we loved it, and over the years I became like a cartoon for nasi padang. And then as Hammer Sonics was to come back 3 years ago, we said, yeah, we're coming back for nasi padang. And anytime I talk about Indonesia, or we talk about Indonesia or the food there, the tweets are like 20-fold the engagement.
Wow.
And we went to a nasi padang restaurant. The Minister of Tourism wanted to join us, but he got caught in traffic. And this guy has 9 million Instagram followers himself. So he was trying to make it up there, couldn't. Took a picture with me holding the 7 plates in one arm, posted on my Instagram and all the Trivium stuff, and it's just cracked like 500,000 views on Instagram alone, and like the amount of it's all Indonesian stuff.
Wow.
So
That's it.
Yeah, we spoke in Indonesian to the crowd. We said, hey, we're here to take all your nasi padang to like 30,000 people, and they're just freaking out. So now it's like we're tagging all these like news media things and radio and papers just from that, like because they love the fact that we love and we want to engage.
Yeah, I think it must be the case where they're like, oh, they can see like someone that we look up to and we admire their art. To see you take a vested interest in something that's so culturally important to them is just like, oh, these dudes are fucking cool.
I feel like we know the food scene of Australia better than most Australians.
Well, I wish I'd known that, and we could have given you an Aussie food trivia next time.
Yeah, it's all the great like modern chefs and all those people are really plugged into here in Australia. Benjamin Cooper from Chin Chin. There's a Chin Chin in Sydney, but there's a Chin Chin in Melbourne, the original one. And he's become a mentor to me for food, for music, for creativity. Good buddy of all of ours. We always learn a lot from him. So he's plugged us in the food scene for the rest of the country.
They do have some good food, Chin Chins, but
yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Very, very good.
These guys are veterans. I don't want to put you on the spot here, but do you have your Aussie trivia available?
I don't know.
Corey and Paolo are the smart people for that stuff.
That's
we could just ask some off the top of our heads. I remember some of them.
All right,
let's go.
Is this music or just in general?
Oh, this is in general. You guys have been here like 20,000 times now, right? You're not giving me easy shit like, name the second word in Parkway. Anyway, 3 Aussie actors. Let's go.
Hugh Jackman. Chris Hemsworth.
Gerard Butler, right?
No.
Gerard Butler's not.
He's not.
No. Oh no, he's from Scotland, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. I always mix that up.
Because it's South Park, that's why.
Yeah.
Because South Park, they had him doing
Nicole
Australian
Kidman.
accent.
Nicole Kidman.
That's why.
Is Nicole Kidman from here?
Yes, she
Yes.
is. Well done.
Well
Well
done.
done.
Gerard Butler, I'd give a half answer thanks to
He's
South
got
Park.
a weird. He's got that accent that like kind of like it kind of morphs sometimes.
Because they did the
right?
fighting around the world thing.
No, that's Russell Crowe.
That was Russell Crowe.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
He is also an Australian. They look kind of similar too.
But wasn't Russell Crowe technically New Zealander? He was born in New Zealand.
Let's not get into that.
Uh,
World's most deadly spider. It's based in Australia. What's it called?
Oh, so then it's probably not the Black Widow then.
It is not the Black Widow.
Oof.
Give me food ingredient
I don't
questions.
know. I don't know that one.
I think you can eat these.
Probably got a very Australian name, I imagine. What is it?
Kind of the Sydney funnel web.
There's no
Yeah, deadliest spider in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's only in this area?
reception. It's in Sydney. It's his drummer in his band got bitten by one recently, and they were just like taking him to hospital and be like, emergency ward straight away. Like,
all the
you have to
things all
monitor-
over him, and they had to
Wow.
monitor him because they can't just give you the antivenom straight away because it might send your body into shock.
Oh my God.
So they need to wait
That's
and basically
terrifying.
see if it's going to
Where
kill
did he
you
get?
before
Where was it? Was he out
on
of
his
wood?
finger.
But is
Yeah,
he, like, in the woods or
he's a plumber, so he was picking up sandstone blocks, came out of a
Damn.
pipe and got him.
That sucks.
Yeah.
beloved Australian dish that spawns from both Italy and Belgium by way of the UK.
Are you triviaing me?
Yes.
I love that.
Say it again.
Beloved Australian dish that you could find at bars or at homes that spawns from both Italy and technically Belgium, that through way of the UK.
It's got to be a pasta dish, right?
Yeah, that's what the answer. You gotta give us the answer.
Gnocchi?
Chicken parmesan and chips.
I was gonna say Parma.
Yeah.
No way.
Palmy. Palmy's a classic.
That is a classic. Yeah, I've never gone to a bar and ordered gnocchi. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot.
You're just trying to show how fancy you are.
All right. Most successful Australian band of all time.
Of all time, okay, they're gonna say heavy music.
Well, it's a band. Most successful Australian band.
I was thinking metal, but what do you think?
Maybe. It'd have to be like AC/DC, right?
It is.
Yeah.
What's the...
Is
What country have they... Like, a big country, have they
Yeah.
never had a top 10 single in?
Antarctica?
No.
Technically, right?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Wow.
Semantics.
I don't know. That's a really tough one. What was it here or something? I don't know.
Yeah,
Can't.
they definitely
They got one here. It was America.
Really?
Mm.
Never
Never
been
had
top
a-
10.
I was
Never
gonna
had a
say
top 10
maybe the
hit.
States. That's pretty.
They
Yeah,
probably,
I
they
can see
probably
that.
do now from like some kids movie or something.
Playing from
Yeah, or maybe when like
Smurfs.
Like from
World
Iron
Tour.
Man.
Maybe
or
in
whatever.
The, yeah, but in the moment,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
yeah. All right. Are we gonna? They're busy guys. We're gonna
Give him the tough one.
the
to
tough
finish
one.
off,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Because we don't like to fuck around. All right.
He likes to fuck around a bit. But
You guys are going on stage tonight, all right? You're all warmed up.
Yeah.
You're all ready to go. Okay. You're comfortable. You're ready to go.
then
Actually,
Janine
someone's pulled
comes
out.
out.
Someone's pulled out, and you've extended your set by an
Yeah.
hour. Okay.
Love it.
You got to either go on stage wearing cold, wet socks or cold, wet underwear. What do you choose and why?
Cold wet socks.
Everyone
Yeah.
said socks today, and I loved all these bands, and now I fucking hate
I'm
them
team
all.
socks.
You'd rather wear cold underwear?
Yeah, dude,
He's
I
a
can't
fucking idiot.
smush around in wet socks.
But you're gonna walk around and run in smushy like diapering
If
material.
it was really hot, I'd
He's
maybe
idiot.
consider that. If it was like super super hot out, maybe I would do the underwear.
But
But
dude,
it's not.
you
You're
power
comfortable.
stance a lot.
Yeah, and if you got juices dripping out, man, that's not gonna be good.
But do you want your feet squelching in juices? And
Johnny,
you're gonna get
they're
sultana toes, man.
they're
I'm
not in
trying to
your
look out for your feet.
I've got sweaty feet as it is, and I'm used to getting ringworm all the time from jiu-jitsu, so it's fine with me.
I was gonna use the jujitsu thing as like, you don't want to get wrinkly and wet.
Oh, no, it happens all the time.
Okay.
There's always some kind of ringworm living between the mats or something, so.
Well,
And on that note, don't do jiu-jitsu.
Listen to Trivium, kids.
Welcome to
Yeah,
Jiu-Jitsu
watch out for
for Trivium.
that. Watch out
Boys,
for that.
it's
Chicken
Thank you,
parmesan,
take
wet
it.
underwear, and jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's what you take away from this.
Make sure
Welcome
that's-
back.
That'll be the
spider
YouTube
doesn't
thumbnail.
get us. I got bit by the spider.
And it's just Johnny, nothing but wet socks. It's a close-up. Gotta
Might
give
get
the
some
people
extra
what they want.
clicks.
Yeah. Thank you for coming
Thanks so
in.
much,
We're
guys.
stoked to
Yeah,
have you guys
thank
back.
you.
Thank you so much, really appreciate it. Thanks for the kind words.
Appreciate it.
You guys warm up.
Thanks, guys.